Tinny from Mini Bowl Design, and I think it's Thursday, and I'm out in the factory. It's a fairly warm day out. It's in the high 60s, I think, and raining, overcast. So I built a fire up out here. It's gone out, and I just came back out. I just came back from the dump, threw a stick of wood in. It's starting to get going again. And I'm out here building beer can rings. Beer can rings, hot item. Sell a lot of beer can rings and a lot of QMH pots, which means a lot of Foster's cans. Yeah, just every day. I'm really surprised, but they're very, very popular. And probably I'm the only place where you can buy them from. So they're not that popular in the scheme of things, but for me, since I've got all the business, it's moderately popular with me. You know, if you take how many people there is in the world and how many I sell, it's nothing. But to me, it's a lot. It means a lot to me. And it's turning into a big part of my business. That and, ironically, lids. Sell lots and lots of lids. I'm buying sheet stock and cutting out lid blanks every day. Just lots of lids. Of course, those lids go on cook kits, and I sell a lot of cook kits. I've got around 350 pots upstairs right now, but they go out the door fast. I sell just a lot of pots and a lot of cook kits, a lot of 12 centimeter cook kits with BIOS 5 in them. Lately, been selling a lot of choke hazard cook kits with the QMH pot. You know, a lot of people just like that setup. Okay, I'm about done building beer can rings today. It's not a good idea to stand there and build 20 of them at one time because you stand on a cement floor and it's hard on the body doing that. I probably should have a mat over there to stand on, but still, standing up in one spot like that for a long period of time is not good for you. So I build a couple and come over and sit down by the fire and daydream and build stoves in my mind, and then I go back and build a couple more. Now, I wanted to touch real quickly, and maybe this isn't a good idea, but to make you understand my viewpoint on the Walmart story I told you yesterday, to make you understand why that might have been a little more sensitive to me than the average person. Okay, in a nutshell, when I grew up, I was abused by my parents. They did things that were completely unreasonable, and I had no say in it. I was just a kid, and no justice there. It's just like, I said, you're going to do that, you're going to do that. And that's all there was to it. I had no recourse, no way to state my case. That's kind of hard to swallow. When I got older and got out into the world and went to work, some places were fairly fair. I worked for the highway department. They were fairly fair. They treated me okay. I worked for the shoe shop. And we'll just let that one go by. It's a shoe shop. Then I worked for Osram Sylvania for 30 years. And that was where I got this love of justice. They would randomly take an employee in and accuse them of something that the person didn't even know happened. They couldn't have been more innocent. And then they'd sit there and accuse you of it, and reprimand you, write you up, threaten to fire you, whatever they could do to make your life miserable, put you on their blacklist. And if you said one thing negative or disagreed with them, they'd fire you. That meant you lost your job, all your benefits, all your retirement package, everything's gone. So you just could not afford to say anything. You just had to sit there and swallow the bitter pill and agree with them, sometimes even apologize for something you didn't even do. And that's just the way the place operated. It wasn't a very productive place. They never really made a go of it. It never really got going and really grew. It just kind of stagnated. And that's why, because the employees If every employee in there had pulled 100%, they would have made money hand over fist. But everybody hated the company because they were treated so badly, because management was just absolutely the most hateful bunch of, oh, terrible, 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 hateful, hateful people. A lot of them were going to anger management classes. I've seen them explode on the well floor and scream and holler at people, and that was terrible. Just a terrible place to work. Terrible, terrible, terrible. And I worked there for 30 years. I weathered that out. So I made the promise to myself that when I got out of there and got out into the real world, where they couldn't hold my job over my head anymore and blackmail me with it, that if I ran into a situation where I was right, that I'd stick up for myself, because I never was able to at Sylvania. I always had to just buck up and swallow the pill. Well, I don't do that anymore. So when I got to Walmart and they pulled the Sylvania trick on me, like, we're right, you're wrong, that's it, leave. No, you're not doing that to me. And I won. I walked out with my product. And I personally feel vindicated and feel good about it. Now I know their policy, I'll follow it. But anywhere else in the world that I know of, when you change a major policy, there's a grace period where you post it in big signs, maybe put it in the newspaper, and then when people make the mistake, you give them a grace period of 2 or 3 days and kind of work into it. You don't just, bam, all of a sudden one day it's one way and the next day it's the next way, and no heads up or anything. Anybody intelligent, and I repeat that, intelligent, anybody with any brains would know better than that. Only a complete and total drooling fool would change a policy like that drastic, that sudden, and then stand behind it. That's like something you'd see at Osram, Sylvania. And that don't cut it. You just don't do that in the world, and I won't stand for it. And I don't think anybody else should either. And as far as the way my mother and father treated me, well, my father's dead. My mother's almost dead. And what can I say? 'Tis what it is. Probably two of the most hateful people I ever met, besides Sylvania. Some people have good parents. Some people have bad parents. I'm in column B. It happens. I won't tell you any of the stories because you probably wouldn't even believe them. But I carry that scar, that wound with me, and it's still open for the rest of my life. So anyway, that's the reason why this Walmart thing struck a chord with me. I got to go back to making, well, actually, I'm all done making beer can rings. I'm going to, I don't know, go in the house and look for a movie to rent or something. I'm Tinny from Mini Bowl Design. Try to have a really great day and try to have some fun today. You deserve it. Bye-bye.